Hello friends, welcome back to my channel TechnoRays. Before going into the next concepts of natural language processing, please like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates. What is meant by parsing? So till now we saw the basics required to understand this parsing, that is the things related to what is meant by phrase and different types of phrases. So let us move to this part now. So parsing, it means resolving a sentence into its component parts. So these components, they can comprise a word or group of words. So whenever a sentence, if it is resolved into several components, which are nothing but words or groups of a sentence, then that we can consider it as parsing. So why do we need these components, or why do we need these group of words means? So we saw POS tagging. So POS tagging, it gives us lot of information. So here we need to consider how will dividing a sentence in a bigger blocks help us. So bigger block is nothing but it's a phrase, right? Group of words. So how will that division helps us? We need to check that. So have you heard of nouns and verb phrases before? Yes, just now we have seen difference between noun phrase, verb phrase, different types of phrases. So if you observe this first sentence, a handsome guy, it is clearly noun phrase, right? So then, so determiner and adjective followed by noun. So this is a noun phrase. The blue umbrella, again, it's a noun phrase. Someone is writing. So he's writing is an example for verb phrase. Can't eat. Again, it indicates verb phrase. Verb plus combination of any other phrases. Okay then. So now, so noun phrase here, a group of words acting as a noun in a sentence. So here a word, guy, it is acting as a noun in this. Similarly, verb phrase, we can define it as group of words acting as a verb in the sentence. So here, writing, it is acting as a verb in the sentence. So when we are going through POS tagging, we come to understand one thing. Using it, we can generate POS tags corresponding to each word. But does this contribute anything when we look at a bigger picture? It isn't contributing anything that an ML model can derive the meaning of a sentence. So the meaning of any sentence can only be derived when we can know how these words combine together in a sentence. So first we need to understand how these words are combined together in the form of a sentence. For example, see this statement. So here the blue umbrella is our sentence. Now, so use POS tagging on or apply POS tagging on this sentence. So that will get the as determiner, blue as adjective, and umbrella as noun, right? After doing POS tagging. But is it providing any information for us? Like it is nowhere mentioned blue is used as an umbrella. Blue is used for umbrella. Hence, we need some sort of grouping so as to retrieve the relationship between words of a sentence. So, yes, we have terms separately, blue and umbrella. Blue is an adjective and umbrella is a noun. But it was mentioned, it was nowhere mentioned that blue is used for umbrella. Right? So, in order to mention this clearly, some sort of grouping is required so that we can retrieve the relationship between words of a sentence. So we need to establish relationship between these two words, blue and umbrella. Then only we can say that blue is used for umbrella in this sentence. So hence we say that this parsing is very important. So parse tree, it mainly converts a given sentence into tree, right? So where the leaves will hold POS tags. So here we gave different tags to words in a sentence, right? So those are considered as leaves in this POS tree, or sorry, parse tree. Rest of the tree would tell you how exactly these words are joining together to make the overall sentence. So leaves are nothing but POS tags for which correspond to words in a sentence, and rest of the tree gives you information about how these words are joining together in order to make the overall sentence. If you take the same example which we considered before, the blue umbrella. So there an adjective and a noun, they might be combined in order to form a noun phrase. So we can combine both adjective and noun here. So it might combine with another adjective in order to form another noun phrase also. So if you take the first statement, adjective and noun, if you combine both of them, so we'll get blue umbrella, which is a noun phrase. We can even combine that with another adjective also. That means torn blue umbrella. So you can even write it like this. So if you want to describe this parsing in the form of a diagrammatic form, or if you consider the diagrammatic representation of parsing, then you can see this clearly. So here syntactic analysis, which is also called as parsing, we can define it as a process of analyzing natural language with rules of a formal grammar. So we are using some rules of a grammar in order to analyze natural language. So grammatical rules, they are applied to categories or groups of words. So we'll be providing input text to the parser, and here we are applying grammatical rules to categories and groups of words in this text. So it will be applied to group of words but not to individual words. And here the output generated is a valid parse tree. So syntactic analysis, it basically assigns semantic structure to a text. So how it will assign that? See this sentence. For example, sentence if it includes subject and a predicate, where subject is a noun phrase and predicate is a verb phrase. So just assume that we have a sentence where subject is a noun phrase and predicate is a verb phrase. So here the dog went away. That is our sentence. So first note how we can combine every noun phrase with a verb phrase. Again, it's also important to reiterate that a sentence can be syntactically correct but not make sense. So let us see different elements of syntax trees. First one is the nodes. So this representation is similar to normal tree representation, the trees which we saw in data structures. So we can say again the terms like nodes, edges, root node, leaves, etc. will be used here. So nodes, they mainly represent words or phrases in a sentence. So each node here, it has a label which indicates the grammatical category of the word or a phrase. So every node contains a label. So in this example, labels might include, so for example, labels might be either a noun phrase, verb phrase, prepositional phrase. So you can assign these labels to words in a sentence. And the second one, it is edge. So edges are the lines connecting nodes in the tree. So they mainly indicate relationship between words and phrases in the sentence. So how words are related to each other. For example, an edge from a noun phrase to a verb phrase. Say suppose we have noun phrase followed by verb phrase. Then that edge, it indicates that noun phrase is the subject of the verb phrase. So let us see like this. Say suppose we have noun phrase and there is an edge from noun phrase to verb phrase. So it indicates that noun phrase is the subject of the verb phrase. And third one is root node. So root node is nothing but it's a top level node of the tree, right? We already know that. So it mainly represents entire sentence. So it is usually labeled by using this term S, which represents sentence. So root node is represented with label S. Next we have leaves. So leaves are the nodes which are present at the bottom of the tree. So they mainly represent individual words in a sentence. Say suppose John. John is one word in my sentence. Then that word, individual word, it represents leaf node in the sentence. And then branching. So branching structure of a tree, it represents hierarchical organization of words and phrases. So example, verb phrase, it may branch into verb and noun phrase. So we can write it like this. Verb phrase, it may branch into verb and noun phrase. It mainly gives you hierarchical organization of words and phrases. So let us see this example. And the given sentence is, the thief robbed the apartment. Say suppose this is our sentence. So here you can see the thief is a noun phrase, right? So this thief is a noun phrase and robbed the apartment is verb phrase. So when these two words are put together, so when put together, the two phrases form a sentence which is marked one level higher. So, but what is actually meant by noun or verb phrase here? So, noun phrase are one or more words that contain a noun and maybe some descriptor, right? So, here our main idea is to group nouns with words that are in a relation to them. So parse tree, it also provides us with information about the grammatical relationship of words due to the structure of their representation. So we can see the structure that the thief is considered as a subject of the robbed. So with structure, so we can see that we have the verb robbed, which is marked with a V. So here robbed is considered as a, or else in this tree you can see robbed is marked with a label V and VP above that. So above this we have VP, which is linked with a S to the subject, the thief. So this is again linked with S in order to subject the thief, which has noun phrase above it. So the thief here, it is again having noun phrase above it. So this is just like a template for a subject verb relationship, and there are many others for other types of relationships. So this is one simple example. And coming to the main functions of a parser, so why this parsing is considered as so important is, so the parser, it reports us any syntax error in the syntax of a text, and it also helps us to recover from the most commonly occurring errors, so that the processing of the rest of the program does not get halted. So it helps in identifying the errors quickly, and it helps in generating the parse tree as well. So sometimes, see, they'll in exams you may get sentence and then they may give you the rules. So how this division occurs? Sentence. So you may have rules like S derives, NP, VP, and this NP again it divides or it derives determiner DT and noun. So based on this, you can construct this parse tree. Or based on the given sentence, first you need to find out different phrases in the given sentence, and based on that, you can find out. So noun phrase, it's a combination of determiner and noun. So if the sentence is having an adjective also here, then you need to include adjective also. As the sentence is having determiner followed by noun, we can write it like this. Noun phrase, it is having determiner and noun. Whereas verb phrase it is verb and combination of phrases. So here, based on the sentence, we need to consider verb followed by noun phrase, because we have the apartment, which is nothing but determiner plus noun. So for that, we need to take noun phrase here. So based on the sentence, we need to pick these phrases. In the same way, if you take the second example, Tom ate an apple. So if these rules are given directly to you, context free grammar. So these are productions. If they are given, then you can draw parse tree from that, or else just like how we considered before, we need to consider parse tree based on the words in a sentence. So here sentence, it derives noun phrase and verb phrase. Again, noun phrase in a noun can be proper noun or a common noun. So proper noun, it mainly gives you, for example, if I say the girl is beautiful, then girl means in general I'm telling something about that word. So girl indicates it's a common noun. Whereas if I say Siri is beautiful, then that name it indicates it is a proper noun. So here noun phrase it derives proper noun because Tom is a name of a person. So we can take it as a proper noun. And noun phrase, it derives determiner comma noun. So as noun phrase is a combination of determiner plus noun, we can write this directly. And verb phrase, again verb followed by combination. So first see, what is the verb in this sentence? Ate. So ate is followed by determiner plus noun, right? So which is nothing but noun phrase. So here we need to take verb phrase as verb followed by noun phrase. Next. So after getting these productions, you can assign these phrases to words. So proper noun, it is deriving Tom. Then noun means apple in this sentence. Verb is ate. Determiner is an. So as root word should be sentence. So we are taking sentence which is divided into noun phrase and verb phrase. And then noun phrase again it gives you proper noun. It derives proper noun. Verb phrase derives verb followed by noun phrase. Again, divide this noun phrase into determiner and noun. Now, proper noun in the sentence is Tom. Verb is, so Tom is proper noun, ate is verb, and is the determiner, and apple is noun. So in this way, you can construct the parse tree.